the Mysterious Prison Behind the Screen Show 2019 is here, good and proper, and obviously we've got New Year's Day special in lieu of the traditional Christmas special, and obviously this review is late again, but this time it's by choice. This time it wasn't just because I didn't have the time. This time it genuinely was by choice, because I wanted to see how my opinions changed and developed as this episode sort of sank in, and as the reputation sort of changed. Whereas instead of doing it the week of it coming out and it still being very fresh in people's minds, it's sort of settled down now. People have sort of stopped talking about it, and we're just sort of into the Doctor Who hiatus now. So I want to just sort of take the time and just wait a bit to see how my opinion changed, and that's why I'm quite excited to see to make my Series 11 as a whole video, because I'm pretty sure some opinions on those episodes will change, and obviously those changed opinions will be seen in that video. But yeah, so resolution of the Daleks, because spoilers, there was a Dalek in it, which I think we all knew, to be fair. But no, I really enjoyed this one. As with most of Series 11, I thought it was just a really fun adventure. It was proper entertainment for New Year's Day. I mean, it's a proper New Year's blockbuster, really. I mean, Chibnall kept going on about how it's a big blockbuster, and it's a very epic episode, and it really was. Its scale is huge, really, or at least I think so. And it was just good old-fashioned fun entertainment for New Year's Day. It was scary. There was some really fun body horror moments in it. Some really scary fun body moments that to be had with the Dalek mutant. It was nice and creepy. The Daleks were really threatening. The characters were good. I enjoyed seeing when the after about 5 minutes, it finally cuts back to the TARDIS crew, and we get that lovely shot of the TARDIS in space, and they're all just watching this big constellation thing. And I just got this feeling when I watched it I've really missed these guys. It's only been like 2 or 3 weeks since the last episode of the series, but I really like these characters, and the fact that I got that feeling is a really good sign. Yaz not very really used again, but she did use her police skills to escort the guy out. I've forgotten his name. Was it Nish, or was that the actor? I can't remember now. But to escort the guy out and stuff, and yeah, she's underused. Yes, she needs some more stuff to do, but they've said they're going to do that for Series 12, and I believe them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But no, yeah, this is the true finale to Series 11. As I record this, the box set is out like on Monday. I'm not going to be buying it straight away purely because I don't have the money, and the price is ridiculous. I'm not getting the steelbook because although I really like the design, the standard one looks nicer, and I can't justify spending 50 quid on what is essentially an incomplete series set, because this is the true finale to Series 11. It ties up so much, and it sort of goes full circle back to episode 1, not having the title sequence, though I didn't like that, because I think we should have the title sequence by now, but purely for symmetry. That was what episode 1 had. It didn't have the title sequence. It tied back to when Ryan was waiting for his dad at Grace's funeral, and the Doctor says he waited for you and you didn't show up. That, comes full circle. We get Ryan and his dad again coming full circle, the whole sort of arc, and sort of tying up the loose ends of what happens after Graham and Ryan sort of patch up their relationship, and what happens, in contrast to Ryan's dad. How will he react to Ryan approving with Graham, stuff like that. It takes place predominantly in Sheffield, in locations that we have seen before in episode 1, The Woman Who Fell to Earth. You see where I'm going here? It is the true finale to Series 11 in that respect, and I don't consider Battle of Ranskorav Kolos to be the finale. I consider this to be the finale, because as well it sort of fits with Doctor's first series. She faces, the final sort of test for her as the Doctor is she faces Dalek at the end of it, and she faces a Dalek in this one. I don't know. This is the proper ending to the series, I think, and it's such a shame that Resolution isn't being included in the box set, and I'm so annoyed that we have to buy that separately. I'm going to hold off to wait, unless I see it really cheap. I'm going to hold off to see if it's included in Series 12, unless it's really cheap. But yeah, you never know. That's a whole different thing entirely. But no, yeah. So you know, I've talked about the main cast, good as ever. Bradley Walsh, fantastic. When he opens the door, sees Ryan's dad, no, and just shuts it again. That's great. Ryan's dad, I thought, was actually really good. I appreciated the fact that he wasn't a dick. He's just a normal guy who's made a lot of mistakes, and you know, he cares. He does. He just has made a lot of mistakes. He doesn't quite know how to fix them, and he's not a bad guy, and I appreciated that, because I thought it was going to be like Clyde's dad from the Sarah Jane Adventures. If you'll remember, if you've seen the Sarah Jane Adventures, which you should, it's fantastic. In series 2 of that, there's an episode where Clyde's dad comes back, and yeah, the whole episode's focused around him. Even before Clyde's dad gets the berserker on him, he's still a bit of an idiot, really. He's still not very likeable. Whereas this guy, you can tell he's not a bad guy. He's just made a lot of mistakes, and he doesn't know how to fix them. And that you know, he is getting punished by the others, and rightly so. But you know, the Doctor forgives him at the end, and it's all sort of fine. And that's because he's not bad. He's just, yeah, like I said, he's made some mistakes. But no, I really liked his character, actually. The cafe scene sort of slowed things down and felt a bit out of place, but it was a good scene in general, and him and Toast and Cole work really well, you know, opposite each other. So I just looked at the guy's name, and it's Mitch. I knew it was someone like Mitch. Yeah, he was good as well. He was he was introduced with Lynn, who I'll get to in a moment, and I thought the actor playing him did a really good job. He's very down to earth and normal. I liked the fact that he wasn't just, we met him and then, you know, that was it. He was just going, oh, what's happening, and then just being absent from the rest of the episode. He actually got involved, and he stepped onto the TARDIS at one point, and he just got involved with it all, which I like. It's using your characters effectively, and not just having him be the sort of weakling and he's just the cowardly guy. I think, yeah, it's I liked him. He was cool. Lynn, played by Charlotte Ritchie, who I was really excited to see her in this episode. I really like Charlotte Ritchie as an actress. She's been in Fresh Meat, obviously, as Oregon, if anyone's seen that, and Siblings, which is a small little British comedy, which I quite like, and it only got 2 series, didn't really get much of a chance, but I quite like it. It's quite funny, and she's in that, and she plays a very unlikable person. And the same in Fresh Meat. Oregon as a character has a lot of flaws. She is a very flawed character, so seeing this one, her again playing a good person, but then she gets, you know, taken over by the Dalek, and she's evil, pretty much. She's so for the most of it, she has to do the possessed acting, that sort of, I am possessed, but she's good at that, and it's cool to see her play like full on evil. You know, as I said, seeing her in Siblings and Fresh Meat, where she's sort of on the edge of it. She's not a good person. In Fresh Meat, you can argue she is, but in Siblings, she's not a good person, and she's sort of on the edge of it. Now in this one, she's full on evil, and she's killing people, and it's quite cool to just see her do that. But no, I'd happily see Lynn come back, to be honest. I thought she was a really good character. There's something in my eye. I'll cut this bit out and editing, maybe I'll leave it in, but 2 seconds. This is what second takes are for, folks. But no, did anyone else, and I saw, in fact, yeah, I know the answer to my question. People did. But I saw on Twitter some people saying that her house looked like Bannerman Road, looked like Sarah Jane. And even my dad pointed that out, and he doesn't watch the Sarah Jane Adventure, it's a kid's show. But even he pointed out, doesn't that look like Sarah Jane's house? And it did. It's probably on the same street. They probably filmed it in the same place. But it honestly looked like she just moved into Sarah Jane's house for a bit from the outside. But no, yeah, I'd happily see her again. And when she took her coat off and the mutant was just on the back of her like that, it was proper like body horror, excellent. It was so cool. And the car chase down the road, I find that really creepy, because it's just like, like, just imagine that you're not in control, but you're driving really fast down the motorway. That bit got under my skin. It was quite creepy. And then she obviously beats up the police officers, take their clothes. And she's dressed in a police uniform for most of it, and it's like, couldn't Yaz have been the one to be taken over? Because she's a policewoman, she wouldn't have had to get a disguise. I mean, I imagine her plan would have, the Dalek's plan would have gone much more smoothly. But whatever, that's a nitpick. Speaking of, obviously, Lynn, possessed by the Dalek, goes into Black Archive. And that leads on to the very, very, very controversial scene of the Doctor ringing up for UNIT and being told that their funding has been withdrawn. This scene was really controversial, and initially it was sort of, for me, I was like, oh, that's a bit odd. I don't know why they've done that. But I didn't really pay much thought, and in the end I just think it's kind of it's just a joke. And ultimately, for story reasons, we needed the Doctor and her friends to just sort of feel like they were on their own, and they didn't have any backup. Though that doesn't explain, a lot of people saying this doesn't explain why Torchwood weren't called. I'm sure Captain Jack would be more than happy to help, but it's whatever. It's just Torchwood were never going to be called in this story, so it's like I'm fine with just them not mentioning just for plot reasons, because I'm sure Chris Shields doesn't want to spend ages trying to explain why Torchwood can't be called. But yeah, no, the fact that UNIT were they've essentially been written out of the show because of Brexit. I find that kind of funny, and it's not like I'm sure in Power of Three, don't they say, oh, UNIT's going to be? They say something about UNIT being active in 2020, so it's like it's gonna be a year tops before UNIT come back. And I've got to be honest, they weren't. I haven't really enjoyed UNIT in the new series anyway. Like, even from their first real appearance in Series 4, their first proper, like, full-on This Is UNIT appearance, they've just been sort of generic military. It's not like in the classic series where they had, like, recurring characters with personality. Kate Stewart and Osgood, yeah, fine, but I don't... Other than the Big Finish new series range, which I think is really good, they've not really been... UNIT's not really been that great in the new series, so I don't really mind them being written out. And it was Whittaker's performance in that was just funny. I loved that gif of her just on the phone just going, "Are you kidding?" I just love that. It's just a funny joke. But no, it doesn't really bother me. It's weird, but it doesn't really bother me. Okay, I procrastinated long enough. Let's talk about why this episode was hype. Let's talk about Mr. Dalek. This is a damaged one with no eye, but you get my gist. Oh, it's quite heavy. Let's talk about the Daleks. They're really threatening again. Huzzah! That scene where that one was just mowing down the army and just killing people left, right and centre. The new extermination effect with the combination of the skull, which is from the new series but tinted blue rather than green, and also the slight negative, like, inverted colours effect that you got in the classic series. That's been, in the classic series, it was pretty much present from the first Dalek story. I love the new extermination effect. It's so quick and violent, and it's so cool. And also the remembrance of the Daleks' gun sound effect. Whoa. Oh Jesus! On New Year's, when I heard the gun sound effect from Remembrance, I jumped for joy. It was so cool to hear that. It was, I just love it. And the Dalek itself, yeah, the design. Can people please get this through their heads? It's a temporary design, all right. Then all the Daleks are not going to look like that. It wouldn't make sense for the Daleks to look like it. It's just this one Dalek mutant has come to the the warehouse and gone, right, I need to build myself a casing here, and he's taking it from scraps from Sheffield Steel. it's not gonna, which explains why his skirt was all sort of messy and he was really skinny there. And when he got wheeled out, when he blasted through that door and he wheeled out, I thought, what the hell is this? And I could feel angry Doctor Who fans typing away on their keyboards going, "Oh, Chibnall's ruined the show, it's an awful Dalek design." There wasn't actually that much controversy about it. It was more about the UNIT thing that people got annoyed about. But no, it makes sense for the story. It's a temporary design. It's a Dalek working with what it has, which shows how resourceful and cunning they are, even when they're not separated from their casing, even when they're just a little squid. They will still get you. It was so cool, and the scene where it shot the bazooka out of its balls. That's what it was, wasn't it? It's so cool. And yeah, the CGI on it, the tank going like that and then going pew. That was the CGI on that wasn't great, but it was cool, alright. That whole scene when the Dalek was just mowing everyone down. Oh, it was so cool. It was so cool. Really like that. And in general, I prefer this as a place for me to leave these characters and then come back to them next year, better than Resolution. I think. Feel like I can see myself going, bye guys, see you in a year. Whereas Ransgrave Colossus, it sort of ended, and I just sort of went, oh right, so that's it then. Until the new year, that's it. But this, it feels like a goodbye for them, and that beautiful shot at the end where, it just the TARDIS was in the sewer, and it was reflecting on the water, and its light lit up the thing, and as it blinked on and off, the scene changed, and we saw it in space, and it was cascading through the void. It was pure Doctor Who. It was so good. It was just gorgeous. Loved it. But no, yeah. So yeah, this episode, I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for more adventures with these guys, because I really enjoyed Series 11, and I really enjoyed these characters, and I just really enjoyed the story, and the Dalek was great, and it was proper like classic Doctor Who fun and escapism and action packed and scary, and it was great. I loved it. So yeah, Series 11 as a whole video will be coming up soon. After that, it'll actually probably be on this channel pre-recorded videos from last year, because I've got 2 parts of last year's Doctor Who DVD collection to still upload. Sorry about that. Discovering Buffy season 4, and I haven't recorded 5, 6 or 7 yet, because I haven't seen 6 or 7, and halfway through season 5. And it will just probably be just loose ends, tying up loose ends, and then we can begin on a new era. But no, yeah. So what did you think of Resolution? Did you like it? Did you not? Please like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you in my next one. Take care, and